Paul is a homeless 28-year-old man with a history of antisocial behavior. Abandoned by his natural parents at the age of 8 days, he was reared by foster parents. Paul has crisscrossed the country for the past 4 years in pursuit of his ex-wife and 6-year-old son. Now living in a large urban shelter for the homeless, Paul was earlier sentenced to prison for 8 years for a crime of violence. What he refers to as his bad temper seems to be triggered easily by authority figures.
It's like this. It's the saying that we have in the streets. If you're strong, you survive. If you're old, you die. And the old ones and the middle-aged ones are the ones who get hit hard because they go through the back of the alleys where you don't know where they're going to come from. And people have come bloodied up, busted upside the head. Just battered. And whatever little bit of money they do get, they steal it, or they take something, something, maybe a shirt, maybe a jacket. It's whatever the case may be, what they want to steal. And the streets ain't for everybody. A lot of people say, I've been on the streets for 8 years, or whatever. I put it this way, you can live on the streets for 8 years, but that don't really make you a street person. They were playing games since the day they put me in prison. And I'm not the person that you play games with. I'm not a game player.
Tell us about that. Why prison? What was that?
Prison?
Why did you go to prison?
I went to prison for kicking down my wife's door.
Okay. Were you with her then? Were you together?
We was not legally separated. She wanted to be separated. She sent the divorce papers. Now, my reading isn't that good. Family court knew it because I told them.
Your Vida?
My reading.
Your reading, I see. Okay.
My reading ain't too good, and they knew it, and they didn't want to help me. I was going to protest the divorce. They didn't want to help me with that. But we was not divorced yet. I went to jail in Maryland on stolen credit cards. I never stole them. I was with a guy who had stolen credit cards. I didn't know it. And the judge sentenced me 2 years for probation. Okay. But I only had to serve, if I served 100 and something days, I would have to do the 2 year probation. I went back, I got out on August the 7th. Went back to jail on August the 8th. I wasn't even out for 24 hours. I called my wife up in Maryland, wanted to see my son. She was the kind of person who played games. Like, I'm supposed to be scared of her. I'm supposed to be scared because she's in a state that the judges rule for the women. My wife's friends tell her, oh, if you leave your husband and take the kid, the judge is going to grant you the kid. But see, her girlfriend and all of them didn't understand. I'm not like other fathers. You take my son, you got a war. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, judge said I'm supposed to do this. I have never followed man's laws. I have always done what I wanted to do it, and I done it my way.